I thought just go through some of the stuff that I do when I'm doing you know, my warm-ups or whatever. So I always get my shoes on. Like I know some people they come in, they put their socks on, and they do socks on, and they do shoes, and they've got this. Like I like to just have the equipment that I'm going to have on for the session. I think that's like a really underutilized thing. You know, like just take your time, put your shoes and stuff on. The one thing that I don't do is I wear a belt when I'm going light, because I don't feel I need it. And I don't obviously chalk my hands when I'm warming up yet. So that's kind of one of the big differences. I start off really light. This is 95 pounds, 25 on each side. And I treat it like any lift. Take my time. I'm setting myself. Nice grip on the bar. I like to do my warm-ups nice and fast. So, and I also don't use hook grip. I try to not use hook grip until I start my sets. And I do these warm-ups. This is 95. I do these warm-ups like a couple of minutes. Don't take too long. So just bang, 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 like you're warming up. You don't need to do big rests in between. But I always treat them like they're sets. I'm taking my time. This is how I lift, you know, 350. This is how I lift 145. It's the same. I'm treating it. Touch and go here. Not really much to talk about here until I start getting heavier. One thing you'll notice that I like to do is I'm taking my time here, so I know exactly where I want my legs to be. I know how far apart I want them to be. Like I really take my time to make sure everything is you know, equal, level. I take my time with my hands. I make sure my hands are set. They're the exact width apart that I want them to be. Like all of this stuff is really important for me. Still touch and go. Just 3 there. I don't like burning out too much, so it was you know, 5, and then that was 3, so that was that would have been 185 for 3, and then this is 225, so this will be another quick 3. Just a quick 1, 2, 3. It's getting a little bit heavier now. I'm still not doing any hook grip. I want to get as much work on the forearms as possible as I'm warming up. Okay, this is my first set. So this is 275. So this is my actual first set. Belts on. You can see I've got my gum guard in. I always do this little thing where I set there. It's just what I do. I'd really take my time here. I've got my hands chalked. And I like taking a lot of position to set here. One of the big things is, you know, I've got about 45 degrees here on the toe. This is going to be a sumo and release. So this is a lift, release, lift, release, lift, release. So I'm going to show you just the different things that I go over here. So that's a nice first set. Second set again is lift and release. Different angles. One thing you want to sort of focus on is like is this drive here with the sumo. It's really important. Like you want to be driving those feet out. But it'll activate, you know, it's going to activate the quads here. Like really focus on driving. I'm driving those feet out so hard. They're just going to create nice force. Keeping... So one of the things you'll see, I have quite a... So I always like to do that. So I always get set when I'm doing hook grip here. And one thing I do, I get my grip set and I take my time and then I pull the bar and I give it a big tug. Boom. And I'm just making sure that grip is set and make sure it's tight and I'm not going to, you know, hurt my thumb or anything like that. That's kind of like how I start to set myself. And I have quite a steep angle where I come in and I come into the bar. But the big thing that I had to work on was keeping this tension here. I want to keep this tension in the arms. Like I don't want to release it as I hitch. I know I hitch quite high. But that's just how I do it. Tension. Tension, hitching. This is just how I've learned to sumo. I've tried other ways. It's just what feels natural to me. there'll be 2 sets of sumo and release, I call it. Then this one's going to be heavy deadlift, heavy singles. They can do this with obviously any sumo or whatever, but this is really good practice for lifting heavies, like, you know, practicing for powerlifting and stuff, because you take a complete break, you lift, then you back off, and you treat everyone. So it's up, down, step away. Sped this up, because this is like a 2-minute set here. Up, down, reset. And this is actually really tiring. This is actually harder, I think, than doing 5 touch and goes or 5 sets or whatever. Classic Mario 64 tunes coming in. But I really love this kind of training when I'm getting close to a meet, because it gets me practicing the setup, the grip, the walk up, the belief. Like this is my bread and butter for practicing when I'm getting close to a meet here. Getting a little bit tired now. Things to notice, and I think it's really good to analyze tired reps. So I'm actually pretty tired here, and I think the tired reps tell you the most about your form. So one thing you'll see here, so I got my tension started here. This is how I like to start. Legs are going to be equal at the part. The arms are equal as a part. Hook grip. Like, that's just how I don't expect people to, like, this is just how I just like having a huge steep angle. It just really allows me to, like, those are really good reps. And this is about 275. This is a touch and go. I think this is really, really underrated for sumo. I think this is just better for sumo, just the way that it moves. You have to keep tension. You actually be able to see this is how I do my thumb grip here. So I wrap my thumb in here. Like that. That's actually a really good shot to have a look at that. Let's watch that in slow motion. So you see how I stand here? So this is what I'm doing. So I'm actually, sometimes when you set, your knees sometimes are a little bit bent. This one's bent more, this one's bent. So what I actually like to do is I like to get myself set like this. I mean, I use a mirror when I'm practicing and stuff. I think it's great to do this in front of a mirror. I'm making sure that these are exactly the right width apart. But then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to completely extend. And I'm going to have a quick look in the mirror when I extend. And what I'm checking is my full sumo position, when I'm done. And that is showing me exactly where I want to be. And then I'll adjust from there. So I like that position. And then from there, I'm down. And something that you want to look at is you want to force these hands down. You really want to force your hands like down onto, this is the bar, like really push your hands down. And what you want to do is get rid of that skin that's on your hand. You want to force that skin back, and that will stop you from getting rips and things on your fingers or between your fingers there. And then I take my time here, and I really like to wrap my thumb like right in between those 2 fingers. And then you'll see, I'll get my pull. There's my pull. And then it's the touch and go. 1, touch, go. 2, touch, go. 3, touch, go. 4, touch, go. 5. And that's it. I mean, that's pretty much the session right there. So, like, keep it nice and light for the warm-up, like I said, and I mean, this here is not that heavy. My 3 rep max is probably 315. In fact, it is 315. This is 275, so it's 50 pounds lighter. It's all about getting 20 nice reps in for me, or whatever it is. Depends on the thing, but I think it's better to just practice doing like a 4x5 or, maybe doing like a 4x6 or something when you're starting off, just to get the practice and the reps in. But definitely going too heavy with this is like a huge mistake. So start lighter, work your way up. It's better to start lighter and go up. If you go too heavy with this, you'll just knack yourself. And then you don't get this nice warm up and these nice fluid reps. Best luck!